Hello there and welcome to this week's episode of Iron Ports. This program is proudly brought to you by West Blue Consulting, Gore Company Limited, Ghana Community Network Services and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. Folks, this week we are treating a very important topic which has to do with fraud related to the auctioning of goods and cars at the port. And this is because several prominent persons, including doctors, lawyers, judges, among others, are falling victims to the activities of car fraudsters, and they've ended up losing huge sums of money, running into hundreds and thousands of Ghana cedis. Let's take a listen to some of their concerns.
The Port Authority continued to make active efforts to educate the general public against the sale of vehicles in the port. The Iron Port program, for instance, has a segment that cautions the general public against falling to scammers who claim to be auctioning or selling cars on behalf of the Port Authority. In spite of the numerous education and caution, several members of the public continue to fall victims to the modus operandi of some unscrupulous persons who defraud them under the pretense of auctioning or selling cars to them at a cheaper cost on behalf of the Port Authority. One of such victims is a medical doctor who has been duped by fraudsters of an amount of 21,000 Ghana cedis after promising to get him a car at the port.
I saw the advert on Tonaton.com.
What advert?
They said they were selling a car. I contacted the person. So when I contacted the person said the car is actually an auction car. So he sent me other pictures of available cars. So he made me to make a reservation pay of 100 cedis.
He said he was asked to pay some amount of money and also to send his identity information as part of a registration process. He added that the man who claimed to be the Director General of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority called him to say that he had received his application for the car and however needed to complete the process by paying. The doctor said he received text messages from the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority confirming that he was doing business with them. And here is how the text message read. From Ghana Customs. Dear customer, your request on Toyota Corolla has been processed successfully, so kindly complete your registration fee immediately. Thank you. Management. Customs. He said one of the agents, who said his name was Elvis Boache, asked him to expect the car by 10th May 2018 after he had paid a total amount of 21,000 Ghana cedis to the swindlers. The doctor, until date, has not received his car and has not received his money. He has also not heard from the agent and the one who claims to be the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority.
In a related development, a staff of the Ghana Revenue Authority says he has been allegedly swindled to the tune of 21,500 Ghana cedis by alleged fraudsters. Theophilus Aford said he visited some online car selling platforms where he showed interest in buying an advertised 2010 Toyota Corolla. According to him, he picked one of the phone numbers on the platform which he contacted the supposed owner of the car. He said the supposed owner agreed to meet him at Kolebu Teaching Hospital with the white Toyota Corolla.
I inspected the car, looked at the engine, looked at whether there was an accident, looked at everything. Then they had the car documents too with them. The car was not a registered car. They had the car customs documents with them. But when I took it and wanted to do the comparison myself, he decided that I should just hold the number, hold the documents, whilst he mentions the chassis number to see whether the two would correspond.
At Kolebu, he said the owner of the car, who was in the company of a driver, demanded an amount of 25,000 Ghana cedis for the car because he needed money to clear another car from the port. However, he negotiated for the price to be reduced to 21,500. He said before he handed over the money to the owner of the car, he saw the unregistered car parked at the premises of Kolebu. But soon after he handed over the money to him, he realized the car had been moved.
When we were paying the money, two men about your stature came and shook hands with the man. I don't know whether around that time they were signaling to the man that the car had been taken away.
Theophilus Aford said a car key was given to him by the driver only for him to find out that it was fake.
He gave me a car key, not the car key, but he gave me a car key. And I could see from the car key that it was one that, it is not, yes, it is one that they have cut, freshly cut, that has never been used. And then they scratched it, perhaps they against a wall or something, against
to make it look like
it had been used. But so the other side is very new. It's a fake car key.
He said he managed to take a selfie with the car owner and his driver, which aided the arrest of one of them by the police. All right, so still staying with the issue of car fraud, we engaged the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and the Marine Railways and Ports Unit of the Ghana Police Service to see how best we can curb the issue of car fraud.
The Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority has dismissed claims that its auctions are shrouded in secrecy, for which reason some fraudsters are taking advantage to dupe members of the general public under the pretext of selling auction cars to them. Speaking on the most authoritative maritime and port industry program, Iron Port, Prince Akwabua, officer in charge of auctions at the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, said the division's auctions are conducted publicly and in a transparent manner, which is in accordance with law.
But the fact is that the items available for auction are not many, and the demand is high. So I'll urge everybody, if you want to get an auction car or whatever, kindly come to the auction grounds where the auction is being conducted and then participate.
He also stated that the highest bidders are sometimes not given the items being auctioned because most people are not committed to pay the amount they quote during public auctions.
The assessment of the vehicle is that the duty component that the owner refused to pay is what the law asks us to collect. Now somebody comes and then knowing that maybe it is his car and finding it difficult to let it go, will come at the auction and an item, for instance, maybe Toyota Corolla, which even in the market cost about 30,000, he prices 50,000. It is obvious that he will not come for the item. So now it is not the highest bidder, but the reasonable bidder. Anything above the reserve price, in fact, the auctioneer has the discretion to let it go.
Speaking on fraud related to the auctioning of cars and goods at the port, Felix Charles Asari, the superintendent of police of the Marine Railways and Ports Police Unit, revealed that his outfit receives reports of several cases of car fraud on a regular basis. He disclosed some modus operandi of car fraudsters and entreated the general public to be cautious.
There are others too who are able to generate this CCVR, a customs document, by going into the customs website now. I think they can now access information on cars that have been paid, duty have been paid. They use that information, they generate CCVR, then they print information using a chassis number. Then they will approach you with it. And if you are not careful, they will sell the car for you. You take the documents, but it's all fake.
Felix Charles Asari also called for operators of online selling platforms such as OLX and Tonaton to put in place stringent measures for persons who advertise sale of cars on their platforms.
For these owners of the website where people can download and do business, they should be asked to do more because of the way people are abusing the system.
Okay.
They should be asked to actually get more information on their clients.
Tibon Zuma, the Treasury Manager at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, emphasized that the Port Authority does not operate a mobile money account and also does not auction public goods and cars at the port.
First of all, maybe you'll get there, we are not involved in this auctioning issues most of the time. Cars that are in the port and those, we are not involved in the auctioning. So to ask somebody to go and pay into a GPHA account, and it's a problem. And to even say that pay into a mobile money account, the port hasn't got a mobile money account.
Tibon Zuma entreated members of the public who are made offers to buy cars not to hesitate, cross-check the authenticity of those offers before parting with monies.
They will tell you, look, don't tell anybody. This thing, the auctioneer just wants to help you. If you keep talking about it,
you won't
people will get to know, and you will not, if you talk about it too much, so to speak, as we say, alarm will blow.
The panelists on the program called for tighter security at the various terminals where cars are kept to prevent fraudsters from luring members of the public to those terminals.
You know, if you get to, for example, the safe bond, freight forwarders are allowed entry and importers are also allowed entry. Freight forwarders, most of them have to go there with their passes. They can go along with importers. Importers can also do a follow-up and go and check on the vehicles. This is an area where people take opportunity and maybe there's some loopholes there, then they go there. So they can lead innocent victims, people who want to buy cars there, and physically point vehicles to people to choose from.
The panelists also called for the regulation of the activities of clearing agents, as mostly the unregistered ones who engage in fraudulent activities are unable to be tracked.
If you are a registered agent, freight forwarder, and you allow a floating agent to use your company to do stamping, and there is a problem, the sanctions will be very, very high.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you are a registered person and you allow anybody to come and stamp documents in your office, just like he was talking about the sites, the car selling sites and the rest, make sure that whoever is coming to stamp with you is a genuine person.
Prince Akwabwa said customs does not conduct online auction, which is one of the means some fraudsters use to defraud the unsuspecting public, and advised persons who want to buy cars not to solely depend on documents presented to them, but verify from customs.
Commit yourself into buying it. You need to go to customs, check, collections, and then send the car there, send the documents there. Let's do physical inspection on the car, check the documents from our system to authenticate it before you commit any money.
He stated that customs is the only organization mandated to auction confiscated cars. Therefore, the general public should desist from engaging persons who lure them into buying auction cars.
Are you the only organization mandated to auction those public cars and goods?
As far as it is an import, customs is the only organization mandated to auction those cars. There is no other organization which auction confiscated vehicles.
Tibon Zuma advised the public not to be induced by cheap prices of cars being offered to them.
The victims or potential victims should watch out when they give you those sweet offers, something so cheap. You should be very careful.
Question it.
Just take the first step. Because if you are parting with, say, 90,000, 120,000, look, you should be able to just make a move to the port. Just go and find out. Look at the guy who went, he only asked a security officer, and he was told that, no, this cannot be right. So they should also take those things into consideration.
Away from the issues of car fraud, there was also this video that went viral on social media, which had some port workers allegedly stealing car tires from some imported cars. And after watching the video, some section of the public thought this condemnable act happened in Ghana. But the Port Authority has issued a statement saying that this condemnable act can never happen under its watch.
The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has noted with regret some misinformation regarding a video which is making rounds on social media, seeking to portray that port workers in Ghana were stealing and changing tires from imported cars to Ghana and attributing the act and its perpetrators to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. GPHA wishes to indicate that such acts are condemnable and not tolerated by the authority. Thus, over time, all efforts have been made to nip such unethical practices in the bud. The authority categorically can state that its investigations have shown that the said activity did not take place in any of its terminals, either at the Port of Tema or that of Takoradi. The landmarks and locations identified in the video are not found in the Golden Jubilee Terminal or the Terminal 1 operated by GPHA, and also not in the private terminal operated by MPS. Most port workers wear reflectors with embossment of GPHA or its logo when they are staff of the authority, or reflectors embossed with names or logos of other organizations they belong to when operating in the ports. The video showed that the incident occurred close to a tower light surrounded with stacked containers. However, almost all the tower lights in GPH's terminals are located within the container platforms where vehicle discharge does not take place. Additionally, the mast lights at the Port of Tema sit on a well-designed 2.5 meter square concrete plinth with black and yellow painted coats, which is different from the black and yellow design metallic barriers identified in the video. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority wishes to call on the general public to treat the accompanying narrative associating the purported video to Ghana's ports as unsavory and false, as the alleged act of stealing did not happen at the terminals of Ghana's ports.
Eye on Ports returns after this break.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead. Expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Dear valued client, the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is now live to make it easy to track your consignment and know the estimated duty payable for both general goods and used vehicles. We are pleased to inform you that the Ghana Trade Hub mobile app is available for download on Google Play Store for Android users and the App Store for Apple users. This is the best opportunity for all importers and exporters to know the duty payable on every good under transaction. You can reach the team for inquiries and support by calling +233 242 435 663. Send an email to support@ghanastradinghub.com. To remain updated, kindly follow progress on the following platforms: www.facebook.com/Ghana Trade Hub, www.twitter.com/Ghana Trade Hub, and ghlinkedin.com/in/Ghana Trade Hub. Importers and exporters can download the official Ghana Single Window mobile app, which allows you to track your consignment conveniently and also allows you to obtain your estimated duty for general goods and used vehicles. Please spread the message to everyone importing or exporting. The Ghana Trading Hub mobile app is now live. Download and never be cheated. This is powered by the Smart Ports project under the auspices of the Government of Ghana and the Ghana Revenue Authority. Smart Port, improving Ghana's ease of doing business.
Welcome back from the break. Now news and activities happening within the ports and maritime industry next.
The Ghana Shippers Authority, in collaboration with the Judicial Training Institute, has organized the 12th edition of the Maritime Law Seminar, an annual program that seeks to update the knowledge of judges of the Superior Courts of Ghana on all maritime-related issues. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Benonita Bismarck, said, "Because the maritime trade contributes immensely to the national economic development of Ghana, it has become incumbent for a sound national legal system to complement the thriving maritime sector."
We have no doubt that this little contribution of ours in the training of the judiciary in maritime law will go a long way to ensuring a vibrant, prosperous and a stable maritime trade and transport sector for Ghana.
Gloria Ekufu, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, stated that automation and policy directives in port processes and maritime issues are commendable towards transforming Ghana to attain its economic goals. However, expected socio-economic challenges that may result from this evolution would need to be addressed by a vibrant, credible, and efficient judiciary.
There is the need for a vibrant, credible, effective, and efficient judiciary that can deal with the complex disputes that may emerge as a result of these ever-increasing maritime activities.
The Transport Minister, Kweku Ofori-Esiama, said, with the government of Ghana committed to make the country attractive for international trade and investment, it is ready to support all interventions directed at safeguarding Ghana's port and maritime industry.
Government will continue to work with the industry players to bring about efficiency, attract the needed investment, and position Ghana as a preferred destination for business within the sub-region.
The Chief Justice, Justice Sufaya Ekufu, said, maritime disputes are a very common phenomenon in history and will predictably remain so. She urged the various judges participating in the seminar to take full advantage to equip themselves towards the dispensation of justice in maritime matters.
Your lordships and ladyships stand to benefit immensely from these topics, considering the rich academic and practical background of the selected resource persons.
The Maritime and Dock Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress has expressed its displeasure towards the Meridian Port Service's lack of concern to negotiations with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority regarding solutions to the negative effect of the MPS Terminal 3 contract on Ghana's Port Authority. According to the MDU, a provision of the concession agreement gives the Meridian Port Services exclusive right to handle all containerized cargo, leaving the GPHA to handle only container vessels of less than 200 TEUs, which is a rarity. This, according to the MDU, will have severe revenue repercussions on the GPHA, who may be forced to offload a projected 1,400 of its workers in order to survive. As a result, over the past few months, following a directive from the President Nana Akufo-Addo, meetings have been organized to renegotiate the terms of the contract in order to make sure revenue and staff of GPHA are retained. Speaking at a press conference organized by the MDU in collaboration with the TUC, the General Secretary of the Maritime and Dock Workers Union, Daniel Owusu-Cranton, said MPS has failed to cooperate with what he described as GPHA's modest demand of handling 20% of eligible container vessels that call the Tema port.
But MPS maintains that if it grants GPHA the right to work on 20% of eligible vessels, it will amount to losing its investment protection.
He said MPS instead proposes to help find jobs for some of the workers who would lose their jobs, as well as pay those who cannot be employed immediately for 3 years and retrain them with the hope of making them employable in the future.
In our view, the proposals of MPS are only palliatives, which will not be able to address the important issue of revenue generation for GPHA, job creation, and the problem of job losses.
They believe this is a step in the right direction to restore GPHA as a state agency that has been a reference point of excellence for the socio-economic development of the nation. The Deputy Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress, Joshua Ansah, emphasized that considering the pivotal national asset that the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is, the TUC is resolved to do whatever it can to ensure GPHA does not lose its value as a result of the poor port concession agreement.
All citizens of this country should make it a point to know that where there is no GPHA, about millions of Ghanaians will suffer. And for that matter, we will not allow this to happen.
The Fire and Safety Department of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority commits itself to ensure all its personnel are of the right standard of professionalism to execute their various assigned tasks in order to attain the goal of an incident-free port and optimum safety. In order to sustain this vision, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has assigned a group of 10 fire officers of the organization to undergo intensive 8 weeks training program to equip them with adequate skills for firefighting and safety. These new officers were successful in both the theoretical and practical examinations, which covered a wide range of disciplines including pump operation, ladder use, water supply, firefighting, first aid application, etc. They were encouraged to embody all the core values of the Fire Service and Port Authority, which are commitment, reliability, teamwork, bravery, and discipline during their span of duty.
I encourage you to embrace the values and ethics of the service, which are also in line with the authority's core values. These are commitment, reliability, teamwork, dedication, bravery, and discipline.
The director of Port of Tema, Sandra Opoku, expressed that these programs are intended to augment the staff strength and admonish the fire personnel to observe professionalism in their duties to be able to meet modern safety requirements. She praised the department for ensuring that the incident of fire and hazard concerns have been drastically reduced in the past years.
We want to commend the management and staff of this department, Mr. Heyman and his team, for upholding the standards and ensuring a drastic reduction of fire incidents in the port.
International port news next.
Danish shipping and logistics company DFDS has taken delivery of the third of 6 roll-on ferries being built by Jingling Shipyard in China. The vessel was officially delivered on October 9, a little less than a year after construction works on the vessel started in November 2018. The yet-to-be-named vessel started sea trials in August this year.
Here's innovation from Goyle that takes you further. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and Goyle has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. Goyle. Good energy.
Schedules of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate next. Folks, that's all for this week's episode of Eye on Ports. Thanks for watching and thanks to the entire crew.